I believe is the woman's name, who did the original research on the full story behind this, the full story. We're talking about, you want a conspiracy and a scandal, a devastating scandal that ends up one way or another with the murder of a US president and a project to liberate the country from oil monopolies? Passamaquoddy. These are incredible stories that I'm talking about here, incredible human events. And what do they all point to? They point to the fact that for a very long time, we, the human race, have had the capacity to produce energy abundance in every conceivable way from many different vectors on this planet, and that this has been suppressed by the energy cartels and monopolies and by the secret societies like Bilderberger, like the Council on Foreign Relations, like the Trilateral Commission, like the CIA, like many different groups behind the scenes, like mega corporations operating in concert with intelligence agencies. I'm not blowing smoke here, folks. Abundance is a viable principle that exists now for everybody on the planet, through the means that have been discovered and invented and then suppressed. Suppressed to create the scarcity that we now face. The artificial money scarcity, the artificial job destruction, the artificial health destruction through the practice of toxic modern medicine, the artificial destruction of different avenues of energy from solar and ocean to more sophisticated means, as in the case of Tesla. The destruction of all of that by their suppression, so that you and I and everybody else are now living in an artificially created world. That's the reality that has been imposed upon us. And thousands and hundreds of thousands of lying, deceiving scum, propagandists, public pundits, fake scientists have cooperated, have sold their souls to prop up the idea that we are living in a world on a planet of extreme scarcity, and it's tooth for tooth, claw against claw all the way, when that has not been the case for a very long time. This is the secret in the temple of the monopolies. This is what they are concealing. And in the field of energy, it's absolutely monstrous. And there are many more energy breakthroughs that I could mention here, but I wanted to focus on a few to set you exploring, to set you finding out for yourself. This is the case. When you drive your car to the pump and you look at the price, you're not just looking at the manipulated money price of oil, you're looking at a far greater manipulation. You're looking at the destruction of societies and civilizations based on this premise that oil is all we've got, folks. Oil is all we'll ever have. And to assure you once again, I'm not with the people who say, well, we have to shut down all the oil, and while we're at it, all the coal, and shut down everything. Because I want to go out into the forest and crawl along the floor and eat roots and tubers and live in a tree. That's not my goal in life. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the fact that we keep the energy avenues open that we have now, and we actually let in the door the suppressed technologies, which by now would have obviated our need for oil. It would have been done as it was supposed to be done. You see, it's not depopulate the planet, let's go back to living in trees and let the few barons of the estate run the entire earth. That's not the picture. That was never a sane picture for anybody. Only the lunatics running the asylum thought that was a good idea and still think it is. No. In the natural scheme of things, by the early part of the 20th century, oil would have started to be overtaken. It would have happened. And the technologies that Tesla and others developed would have by now overtaken oil, and we would be living in a different world where every human would have access to energy. Every human, minus nobody, would have access to all the energy they need if these technologies had not been suppressed. No question about it. Ditto for the field of healing. By now, we would have seen incredible breakthrough healing of the entire range of human disease if technologies had been allowed to develop. That's all we needed. Okay, we're coming to a break here. This is John Rappaport sitting in for Alex Jones on InfoWars Radio. And don't forget to go to InfoWarsLife.com to see about some breakthrough new health products.
Hi, folks. Alex Jones here with some important information. I want to tell you about Matt Redhawk and his team of patriots over at My Patriot Supply. Several years ago, Matt was sitting in his two-bedroom apartment, frustrated with the direction this country was headed and the charlatans willing to sell us out for a quick buck. Deciding to take action, a company run by patriots for patriots was born. My Patriot Supply has never taken a loan or accepted outside funding. They now operate 2 distribution facilities and employ over 50 hardworking American men and women. It is rare to find companies who practice what they preach. And that's why I stock my pantry with high-quality storable foods from My Patriot Supply. Go to mypatriotsupply.com/Alex today for special offers on emergency food storage, or call their preparedness specialist at 866-229-0927. That's 866-229-0927. Do business with someone who shares your values. mypatriotsupply.com/Alex.
To have a fighting chance against cold and flu bugs, get the world's best garlic extract, Allicin Plus C. Fight viruses, bacteria, and fungi with Allicin Plus C. Scientifically proven in double-blind studies using low doses to greatly reduce the number, severity, and duration of common colds. Allicin Plus C contains 300 milligrams of stabilized allicin, the active ingredient in crushed garlic. Studies show Allicin Plus C is effective against MRSA, bacterial, fungal, and viral infections. 1 tablet of Allicin Plus C has the equivalent of 40 cloves of garlic. Allicin Plus C supports your body's resistance to all types of conditions and can help lower high blood pressure and high cholesterol. So boost your body's resistance to infection with nature's best garlic extract, Allicin Plus C. To order, call 855-ALLICIN. That's 855-255-4246. Or go to AllicinPlus.com. Spelled ALLICIN plus.com. Get Allicin Plus C from Affinity Health Products.
It's been said, those who control the food control the people. Are you concerned about GMO foods making you sick and affecting your mind? Many people suffer from lack of energy, insomnia, loss of stamina, weight gain, and the inability to think clearly. Genetically modified crops, processed foods, and toxic chemicals can compromise your health and are silently destroying your digestive system, which accounts for 80% of your immune system. Take back control of your health with Pro EM1 Probiotic from Terraganics. Pro EM1 Probiotic helps protect your body against irritable bowel syndrome, constipation, Crohn's disease, celiac disease, diabetes, the common cold, and much more. And including a powerful probiotic like Pro EM1 is part of your daily routine, puts you back in control and prevents you from becoming a mindless zombie manipulated by the pharmaceutical and GMO agendas. Call Terraganics at 866-369-3678 or visit Terraganics.com. Terraganix.com.
Sitting in for Alex Jones on our last segment, talking about energy suppression. I was reminded that, take these names down, Nick Gonzalez, doctor in New York, Stan Brzezinski, doctor in Houston, Dr. Joseph Gold in New York State. 3 breakthrough technologies, medical technologies. And I don't mean by that, oh, this cures everybody all the time. People sometimes write to me, what do they think I am, some kind of a complete rube? Take this and everybody in the world will be cured all the time. Hold on. What these doctors were saying is very promising. It works. We've seen it work. We want to study it further because we know it can be applied to more people. It's been shown to work. With gold, it was hydrazine sulfate for cancer patients. Nick Gonzalez in New York, an enzyme and nutritional protocol for cancer. Stan Brzezinski in Houston, neoplastins, a protocol for cancer. And here's the kicker, folks. Eventually, all of these 3 were studied by the official domain of medical science. In other words, clinical trial with volunteers. Forced into it by pressure and pressure. All right, we'll look at it. And then every single one of those clinical trials, in all these cases, were perverted and twisted. The protocols were changed to produce a negative and disastrous outcome. That's what we're dealing with here. Murderers. That's what we're dealing with. People who murder in order to protect, in this case, a monopoly of the toxic drug pharmaceutical complex and cartel. But the difference between sickness and health is all about energy. The difference between a society of scarcity and abundance is all about energy. And if you want to talk about free energy, what it really means is not just energy out of nowhere. It means actual energy delivered for free or for pennies to everybody on the planet. Yes, it can be sold. Of course it can be sold. It doesn't have to be sold at any kind of a high price. It can be sold for pennies to everybody, in which case whoever is producing this technology, however many companies, are all making a nice profit. Nobody's suffering. Everybody's having an abundance of energy. We have to liberate this fact about where the world is now. We have to liberate these technologies and more technologies that will give us the abundance that we need in terms of human energy and the energy to run civilization. That's the agenda. That's the agenda that the elites are trying to destroy and distract us from with all of this other insanity that goes on day by day by day by day. That's why wars are created at the highest level. Control the monopoly, control the one basic form of energy that we have, the big lie. Distract everybody, give them all kinds of high-flying idealistic reasons for war and destroying each other. Oh yes, we have to do it in the name of this and that and the other thing. No, all you have to do is turn your attention to the suppressed technologies. Thanks so much, folks, for tuning in. John Rappaport sitting in for Alex Jones, InfoWars Radio. My site is nomorefakenews.com. You can read my work there. We'll see you up the road.
You are listening to GCN. Visit GCNlive.com today.
This is Leanne McAdoo for InfoWarsLife.com. I'm here with Dr. Edward Group, Master